If this is you, you're probably sitting in silence right now, trying to understand how someone who once swore they'd never leave could suddenly act like you never existed. You replay their last words in your head, the tone, the distance, the way they said goodbye like it didn't even hurt them. You tell yourself you're fine. But deep down, it burns. That quiet ache of wondering if they ever think about you, if they miss you at 2 a.m., the way you still miss them. Maybe this feels familiar. You're scrolling through your phone, fighting the urge to check their social media to see if they've moved on or if maybe, just maybe, they're hurting too. But every time you stop yourself, that little voice whispers, "What if they forget me?" You try to stay strong. You tell yourself you're doing the right thing by staying silent. But part of you is terrified that this silence might be the end, not the beginning of something new. And yet, another part of you hopes this is exactly what they need to finally realize what they lost. You start to wonder, what's going through their mind right now? Are they thinking about you? Are they starting to regret it? Because the truth is, your silence does something to them. It shifts something deep inside. So, what if I told you your ex goes through very real, predictable stages during no contact, and that right now, without even realizing it, they're beginning to feel every single one? Most men get this wrong because they think no contact is about waiting for her to come back. They turn it into a game of patience when in truth, it's a test of power, not over her, but over yourself. See, when she pulls away, your instincts scream at you to chase, to explain, to fix it. You think if you say the right words, show the right emotion, she'll see your worth again. But that reaction, that rush to fix comes from fear, and fear never earns respect. The calm man, the grounded man doesn't chase what's running. He understands that silence isn't weakness. It's a statement. It says, I don't need to convince you of my value. I know who I am. That's the core masculine principle most men miss. True strength is restraint. The ability to hold steady when your emotions beg you to move, to stay centered when everything in you feels unsteady. Because no contact isn't about getting her attention. It's about reclaiming your frame. It's the moment you stop orbiting her and start standing in your own gravity again. Once you do that, the energy shifts. She starts to feel it, and that's when the real stages begin. She sits in her car after work, hands resting on the steering wheel, phone face down beside her. The world outside keeps moving, headlights flashing, people laughing, doors closing, but inside it's quiet. Too quiet. She scrolls through old pictures in her head, the sound of your laugh echoing faintly in the spaces where she swore she'd moved on. At first, she told herself it was freedom. The first stage, that rush of relief. No more arguments, no more pressure. She posts a picture online, smiling a little too wide, hoping it'll sting just enough for you to see it. You don't. Days go by. You stay silent. Then it hits her. That uneasy silence. The one she thought she wanted. Her friends talk, her phone buzzes, but your name doesn't, and suddenly the quiet feels heavy. She wonders if you've stopped caring, if maybe you've started healing without her. Weeks pass, late at night when the world feels colder than she remembers. She replays the last moment she saw you. The calm in your eyes, the strength in your stillness. He didn't chase me, she thinks. Why didn't he? That's when the doubt begins, the flashbacks, the questions she never asked. Your absence becomes presence. Every place she goes, she feels it. That invisible pull of what used to be, and somewhere between her pride and her pain, she starts to feel it. That quiet shift inside her. The realization that while she was trying to prove she didn't need you, she's the one who can't stop wondering if you ever needed her at all. A lot of men believe that no contact is a trick, a way to make her chase you back. They wait in silence, but their hearts are still begging. They think if they just stay quiet long enough, she'll feel the loss and come running. But that's not strength. That's still attachment. You're just wearing restraint over desperation. Here's the truth. No contact isn't about making her miss you. It's about remembering who you were before she forgot. It's not silence to manipulate. It's silence to rebuild. Another lie men tell themselves is that she left because they weren't enough. That if they'd been stronger, smarter, more attentive, she would have stayed. But people don't leave because you lack something. They leave because the energy changed. Yours, hers, or both. Sometimes she has to go so you can finally meet the version of yourself who never needed her approval to feel whole. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. She'll start to miss you the moment you stop needing her to. This is the quiet truth most men overlook. No contact isn't about getting her back. It's about getting yourself back. The 3% man doesn't see no contact as a move. He sees it as alignment. He doesn't sit around counting the days or waiting for a text. He understands that silence isn't punishment, it's space for truth to surface. This is what he understands. Connection built on chasing was never real connection. He doesn't pull away to make her regret losing him. He pulls back to remember what he's made of. His worth isn't hanging on her response because he knows who he is when no one's watching. That's the difference. While most men panic in the unknown, he breathes in it. He trusts that what's meant for him won't require begging, convincing, or control. This is how he leads with presence, not pressure, calm, grounded, and sure. His silence doesn't scream for attention. It radiates self-respect. And when she starts to feel that shift, that quiet certainty in his energy, something changes in her. She feels the distance not as rejection, but as gravity. Because when a man reclaims his center, the world around him begins to turn differently. The 3% man knows you don't win her back by reaching out. You draw her back by standing tall in who you become. He's sitting alone in the same room where he used to text her goodnight. The same light, the same silence, but something feels different tonight. He stares at his phone, the screen dark, and for the first time, it doesn't feel like it's holding him hostage. He exhales, not the shallow kind that trembles, but the kind that empties years of needing to be chosen. His chest feels lighter. There's a strange peace in the quiet, almost like he's meeting himself again after being gone too long. He realizes it's not her absence that hurt the most. It was how much of himself he gave away trying to keep her close. Every text he didn't send, every word he held back, every moment he chose silence wasn't just no contact. It was healing. It was reclaiming territory that had been lost inside him. And then it hits him. He doesn't want her back the same way anymore. He doesn't need her to see his worth because now he can see it. The mirror doesn't show a man waiting. It shows a man returning. The waiting ends not with her message, but with his awakening. The moment you stop waiting for her to remember you is the moment you finally remember yourself.